right. First of all, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the MetsXMFanZone live podcast, home of your everything New York Mets. We got some news for you guys tonight. If you guys love our shows, please always tweet, like, and subscribe. And to get more of your New York Mets news, obviously, you could always check us out on our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. Gives you all the coverage of your live streams, news feeds, and much more, and also some breaking news that we are going to be talking about in just a few minutes. If you are a subscriber, make sure that you comment in the comment section down below. We are live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, and we're also live on Instagram. So we are live on all platforms tonight. So this is our first live stream. We are going to be going live tomorrow, but we just have a breaking news alert for you guys, which I should have broke out the story a lot earlier, but I figured we get it close towards our podcast show hours, so that way we could give you the coverage. Because tonight we got the New York Rangers playing tonight. So if you guys are going to watch the New York Rangers game tonight, I think it's going to be really cool, fun, and very innovative. I think you guys are going to really enjoy tonight's game. The New York Rangers are on MSG. So let's go ahead and just to let you guys know too, we do give you guys some Rangers, Knicks, Mets, and Jets all on our MetsXMFanZone.org page. If you go to the log tab, you guys can sign up to get a plan within your budget. So let's go ahead and let's see. Okay. I don't know why it's not working, but all right. I love it how my screen keeps messing up on me here. My apologies. Okay. Adjust this for you guys so you guys can see me a little bit better. All right. Okay, so we got breaking news for you guys tonight. So the New York Mets, earlier this afternoon around 2 o'clock, the New York Mets did sign Harrison Bader to a one-year deal at $10.5 million. He did come from the Yankees. He's been bouncing around. He's been from Minnesota. He's been, kind of like really bouncing around the league right now. But what do we see out of this move that the New York Mets did here? Now, obviously, you guys know that within, I would say, the last 48 hours, or I would say in the last year or so, the Mets have been very, in-depth wise in regards to the outfielding. Because, a lot of the times you want to be able to have live pitching. You want to have pitching, but you want to have fielding also as well. And you want to have that in-depth. Now, I think that the New York Mets are probably going to move Brandon Nimmo to left field. He is an outfielder. He has really good defense, to say the least. I mean, his numbers don't really show it a lot, but you know what? They show that he does put up numbers. He puts up a lot of defensive there in the outfield, which I like, because the reason being, you want a guy that could go out there and play defense. You want a guy that could play offense also as well. I mean, he had in 2021 he had 16 home runs. He batted for 230. He bats around 220, 230 each and every year. So, I mean, he does give you that great defensive wise. But you want to be able to see a guy that could really come into his own, especially coming over to the New York Mets. I like what I'm going to see out of him in defensive wise. I want to see him a little bit better with that bat, even though he is that Jeff McNeil type of guy. You'll see him once in a blue moon hit home runs, but he'll get you the ball all over around the field. So that's like the main focus and the main thing that they want to do with him. So they're probably gonna move him to left field, or probably move Nimmo to left and have him play center. So I think that could be a really good move for the Mets and overall. So that's kind of like that's the news alert that we are getting for you guys as of today. Now, if you guys have been checking out our channel, make sure that you guys do so in a really good fashion, because we are going to be doing a live feed for you guys tomorrow. So stay tuned, because we got a lot of coverage that we're going to be covering for tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and take some of your questions on this move. And you know what's so funny too? I mean, even though I'll take all your questions. I'm seeing all your questions pop up on my screen here. But I will say one thing: if Harrison Bader could stay healthy and stay off this injured list, I really would like to see him get the bat very often. I think J.D. Stewart will probably get the bat quite often also as well, but I think Stewart should come off the bench, in my opinion, when they need him, probably on weekends or whatnot. But if he could give me and pull me off an average of 230 next year for 1 year and get me maybe 25 home runs, I'd be okay with that. I mean, again, he does give you good defense. I want to see that defense coming out of him. So even though the Mets are not going out and getting these splash big moves, but they are getting some in-depth, defense, offense. They're going out and getting some pitching. I think pitching has been, like that signature sort of big splash deal that's going to happen. You watch. You guys wait. A move is going to be emerged probably in the upcoming couple of weeks. I would more than likely would go with maybe February, maybe March. We should hear something very soon. But however, I will tell you guys one thing, that I'll be at spring training this year. I will be doing a podcast down there. So if you guys would like to check that out, make sure you guys do so. And we're gonna give you guys all the coverage too. So hopefully we'll hear something in the upcoming couple of weeks if the Mets actually go out and get another big sign. I think a sign is gonna happen. Now, in regards to, because a lot of you guys have been asking me this too. What's the deal? What's the deal with Blake Snell? What's the deal with Jordan Montgomery? What's going to happen there? Are we going to get a big sign? I will say one thing, that the Mets probably not going to go with Snell, but I do feel that the Mets could have that second option with going with Jordan Montgomery. There has been a lot of communications and in talks with Jordan Montgomery. Right now with Blake Snell, we haven't heard much. With me talking with the organization, we haven't really heard anything in regards to him being signed anywhere. So, I mean, a lot of top pitching right now is kind of like under the radar because of, of the moves that are happening. We got Muto and, Tani. I mean, it's just, there's not big splash moves this year because a lot of it is going to happen next year. So, I mean, do the Mets have what it takes to go out and get another big splash move? They can, but I mean, I don't see that in the deck of cards for them, but they could very well be that they could go and actually get a top guy. So that's kind of where we go on that. Now, another top story is, will the New York Mets re-sign? Will they extend Pete Alonso's extension contract? So far, as of what I'm hearing right now, that the New York Mets are not doing anything right now in regards to any accusations coming into Pete Alonso camp. We're not hearing any signs that are going to happen as of now. We are hearing that maybe something could happen maybe during the trade deadline if the Mets are going to go and trade Pete Alonso. If the Mets are out of it, the Mets are completely out, they will trade Pete Alonso. If the Mets are still in it, Pete Alonso will remain in the club. Now, I think Pete Alonso will probably get another. You'll definitely get a big. I think the Mets will definitely sign Pete Alonso. He's your second guy on this franchise. But in regards to him being signed anywhere, he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to stay with the New York Mets, and they will extend his contract. But if the Mets are out of it this year, then they will trade Pete Alonso, which has been addressed to the front office. The front office has addressed this, and that's kind of like where we're hearing in regards to Pete Alonso being addressed in regards to trading elsewhere or something during midseason. So we could hear that Pete Alonso could get traded by midseason. And then we also have another top story for you guys. With Sterling Marte. Sterling Marte is playing winter ball in the Dominican Republic. So what are we hearing in regards to Sterling Marte? Now, Sterling Marte, we're hearing that, has been playing year by year by year. I mean, is he going to start getting a little bit better? From what I'm hearing in regards to communications with Sterling Marte, that he has been, starting to condition, getting a little bit better. I think Marte, you're going to start to see him in 2023. I think that with him being in that lineup was a big key for the Mets in 2022 and 21. And I mean, he really had a pretty decent season by far. I mean, even though he has been sitting out quite often throughout the year, with the headaches and then, with the injuries and whatnot. I mean, can we see a bounce back from Sterling Marte? I do. I honestly believe that Sterling Marte could go back into the old form that he was. Even though, everybody, wants to go and speculate on what type of a year he's going to end up having. But I do feel that he's going to have a pretty decent season. We all know on how consistent he is with his bat. We all know on how consistent he is in the field. He's always batting between 240, 250. Even though he's given you quite a few home runs, not spectacular years. I mean, even though last year was pretty much of a on and off year for him, but the year prior to that, he had a very good season. So hopefully we get to see Sterling Marte getting out there, getting conditioned a little bit better, and hopefully he starts feeling really good. But as of what we are hearing right now, that Sterling Marte is kind of playing in winter ball right now. So he's kind of, starting to get well conditioned and starting to get better there in the outfield and starting to get better with the bat. So we are hearing on how well he is doing, and we should see him real soon on the field. So that's good news on the Sterling Marte news. Now, you guys want to get some update on our guy with Ronnie Mauricio. Now, news on Ronnie Mauricio. We have been hearing that Mauricio went for surgery. This was prior to the holidays. He has been doing pretty decently in recovery. From what I'm hearing, that they're starting to work on stem cell treatment with him. We don't know exactly on the precautions of what they're going to be doing throughout the season. He is out completely for the full season. More than likely, you're probably going to see this new guy, Harrison Bader, which is a plus. You're going to see Jeff McNeil playing second base probably each and every day. So that's in regards to what we are hearing with Ronnie Mauricio. I know, never comes off. But I think Ronnie Mauricio will definitely be real good, hopefully next year. So I mean, he's our future, and he's definitely the future on this franchise. And I think that, with his bat, his speed, how tall and lengthy he is, and hopefully he gets better real soon. And that's kind of where we're hearing in regards to his conditioning, and hopefully we see him back on the field. So let's go on with our fourth top story of the day. Fourth top story is: will the New York Mets trade for a top prospect? Will they go out and actually get some prospects? Will they go out and actually get some pitching? What's the next stop here for the Mets? Well, I would say one thing is that if the Mets want to play it smart, they should go for top pitching. Now, if they are gonna work with a number two guy and maybe stick Quintana there at number two or number three, we all know that Quintana is due for a really good year. What are we going to see out of Quintana in 2024 is a new and improved Quintana. He had a pretty decent start coming into the 23 season. Let's see the ball going. I think that with Quintana, I love the command. I love the 3-2 count. I love on how his fielding has been very phenomenal in 2023. Going into the 24 season, I want to see a little bit more consistency, though. I want to see a little bit more dip on the ball, a little bit more spin. I think a little bit more patience there at the plate, because now that the pitch clock has been reduced to 18, which I think is ridiculous, and, he has to probably start pitching a lot quicker. But this domino effect won't hurt Cortana. I think that Cortana is going to learn to get a little bit better there at the plate presence-wise. I think a couple more plate appearances, you'll probably see a little bit out of him in 24. I think the longer innings is what he needs. If he goes on shorter, and I feel that he kind of doesn't get that, that flow that he has going, I think in 24, he needs to be able to go out there for longer innings, get the stretch out a little bit longer. And if he could go and give me 18 wins, maybe 14, I do think that he's going to bounce back and have a really good season. So I'm really looking forward to seeing on what Cortana could do. Now, we all know about what Senga could do. Senga had a pretty decent start. I like on the consistency of what I saw at Senga in 23. With the ghost pitch, was a nasty pitch by far. His consistency of getting batters out on that 2-3 count, able to get, the double play situation. He's able to get outs when you need it. I like what I saw out of him in 23. By giving him a grade A, could say the best, because I really do feel that Senga is the Mets' future, and being the ace in the club right now, it definitely will pay off in the long run. So expect to see that consistency. Expect to see on what Senga could do in 23. I think from going into the season that he had, I think he's going to have a better season this year, and he's going to show that he is the ace on this club. So definitely, I would say a grading A for Senga. And then, we have a little bit of holes, who I think was Soriano, Severino. Keep saying Soriano, Severino. He was with the Yankees. He bounced out a little bit. What do I see out of him? First of all, he was injured. He has been on and off with the injuries. He's a little bit of an injury prone. But I do feel that if we could stay healthy, he is a weapon. And I think that he's definitely going to be your strong point in this on this starting rotation. I want to see a lot of outs from him. I want to see some sliders, because he throws a nasty slider. I want him to try to get batters in the inside a little bit more. He has a hard time in struggling on 1 and 2 counts. I mean, by looking at his grade, he has a 1.67 there. And he's had that in previous years when he was with the Yankees, and whatnot. And having that 1.67 year, 1.67 ERA, I mean, has been pretty impressive. But he needs to stay healthy, and that's the most important part about him. Staying healthy, staying consistent, staying ready. And that's what you need out of Servino. So that's the most part. Then we're going to go with a lot of that rotation. The back end of the rotation, I think, is going to be good. Who are we going to see that's going to be plugged in somewhere there? Could it be Tyler McGill? Could the Mets go out and get back David Robertson? I did hear that the Mets are planning on bringing him back. I don't know exactly on what the contract deal will look like, but we are hearing on that. So hopefully we get to hear some news coming in real soon with camp. And then going into our next story, we had our shortstop Francisco Lindor is now on the cover of the 2024 MLB The Show game. I mean, he's got an award in the offseason for, I think it was the Roberto Clemente Award. I mean, what can you say about Francisco Lindor? Hands down, the best player on this team. He puts up great numbers each and every year. Does he have a slow start each and every year? Yeah, he does. But you know what? He always has consistency, and that's the most part. Having consistency, having really good fluid at bats, being able to field when he's able to do so. He's probably one of the best shortstops in the game today. But again, he always puts you up numbers too. So, I mean, I'm able to see what Francisco can do this year. I want to see a lot of numbers coming out of him. I want to see that 30-30. I want him to get 30 home runs. I want him to get some dirty steals, because obviously the rule is still in place for the steals. And I think that he's going to have a pretty decent season. If I had to go on a grade for him for last year, was an A+. Probably one of the best players on the team, next to Pete Alonso, next to Brandon Nimmo. The Mets got really good set of core guys. It comes down to pitching. Who can get it done? And I'll tell you guys one thing. Spoiler alert. The Mets are interested in Trevor Bauer. I was talking with an official earlier today and looking to give him a tryout. Want to see exactly what Trevor Bauer could do. Very interested in the story. Because why I say that is that Trevor Bauer deserves to get a second chance. We do know that he got acquitted for all charges for that sexual allegation, which I think, is... I'm not going to have an opinion on it. Put it that way. But I think it was grotesque. I think it was disgusting on what happened to him. I really do feel that he deserves a second chance. The Mets are interested in talking with his agents. They are interested in talking with him. I'm interested on this. I will say one thing. When he is healthy, when he is out there and he's pitching, he could probably be the best. He could be the best on the team. So, could I see something happening for him? Very well, could be. He could give you numbers. He could put up 2-point ERA. He could give you 180 strikeouts a season. He could give you a lot of in-play action. So, I mean, if the Mets wanted to really, give a guy a shot, I would give him a shot. I mean, what's the worst you could do? Him flop and you get rid of it. But I really would like to see a move out of that. Now, let's hear what you guys have to say. If you guys love our shows, always tweet, like, and subscribe. We are here to give you guys all of your latest Mets news, breaking news, and much more. You can check out our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. Gives you all the latest of our live streams. Gives you all the latest of our podcast shows. Gives you all of the latest of everything New York Mets. And plus, we are here to give you all of your New York Mets products. Now, if you guys would like to buy anything that you see on the show. We will be having it on our shop by going to MetsXMFanZone.org/shop. You can purchase all your New York Mets merchandising on there. You could also even check out all of our third-party vendors: Amazon, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook Marketplace. You can check out our sister apparent website by going to sportsjusticeproapparel.com. And if you guys want to get all of your bulk needs, if you are a business owner and you want something done, in bulk, cheaper, reliable, very fast, very sufficient, quality is probably the best on the market. You guys can check out our website by going to sportsjusticeproapparel.com, and we could give you all of your needs in one day. So check it out by going to sportsjusticeproapparel.com. Also, we would like to thank our sponsors of this group, SB Authentics. SB Authentics is a proud supporter of our channel. They have been for quite some time now. We had legal action, with them, but they are now our partners. So that's the best. So we would like to thank them for loving and sharing and being partners of our channel. Also, if you guys have any questions, any concerns, please feel free to comment in the comment section down below. We're willing to answer all your questions, and we are going to give you guys all of your live reactions. So that's the news for today. I would like to thank you guys for watching. Be safe, be well, and let's go Mets.